All right. Well, let's circle back to jiu-jitsu again, and this time let's do a little bit of a lens on competition. You're a very active competitor yourself, which is a really hard thing to balance with also owning an academy. Right? And I can speak to that. My demands here don't let me compete as much as maybe I would like to, and the priorities have to happen at some point. But you just got on the podium at Europeans, which is one of your big goals, was to be up there on a major. So talk us through that. How was training for a competition different than just day-to-day training? And especially at the black belt level, like the margin for error becomes so small at these things. So what's your physical training, your mental training look like getting ready for something like that?
So like I'm currently training for the Boise Open end of the month. I would say that my training is a little bit different for that than what it was for the Europeans. Yeah. For Europeans, I put in like a 6-week camp, strength training every Tuesday and Friday, on top of diet, and like I had scheduled drilling sessions and all that stuff. And I still do all of that. Like I said, my strength training is a little bit different. I'm not doing like a 6-week camp for Boise, because the ultimate goal for me is like the majors, right? And I want to try to hit a podium at the Worlds as well in September. So Boise's to stay active, right? I'm going to keep staying active through the months. But something like Europeans, honestly, I signed up for Europeans and I made Europeans happen because I had a bad taste in my mouth from the Masters Worlds in November, which I also put in a 6-week camp for and prepared for as well. But for me personally, because I make a weight cut to featherweight, I have to be very strict on a diet, right? So I limit calories, I have water intake, and then I'd say I'm cutting probably like 4 to 5 pounds of water weight, right? If I'm on diet. If I'm off diet, I'm probably up 10 pounds. Right?
It's a lot of weight to cut.
Yeah. So I have to be on diet.
Yeah.
Right? I have to reduce, like I'm not eating breads, right? I'm not eating all the pasta that I like. I get to do pasta like every 3 days. Okay. Because I need it.
Yeah.
Right?
I know you like your pasta too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, man. So I'm not eating sugar, right? No sugar. I've been doing like MCT oil and coffee, right, in the mornings, and then like grapefruit or like acai or a smoothie or something for lunch, and then like just meat and vegetables for dinner, or every 3 days I'll do pasta with those meat and vegetables or something. So the diet's very strict, and then I manage the weight, and then as far as jiu-jitsu training, I'm currently on the mat 6 days a week, noon and night. Right, but noon is typically my harder training sessions, where we do like more competition training. Nighttime I'm teaching classes, and then if I'm doing advanced class, it's more technical focused, and we'll get maybe 20 minutes of sparring, but it's more like situational sparring, first to 2, those type of things. So I'm getting two training sessions in a day, but the harder one is in the morning. And then like coming in, and then like typically I'll compete on a Saturday, so I've been doing a mock weight cut every week. Every week I try to make weight on a Saturday, right, because then it gets me conditioned to that. Because if I just show up and I try to make that 4 to 5 pound water weight cut, I end up being completely dehydrated and dead, and then what's it good for if you can't compete, right? You can't actually perform. So I do mock cuts, right? I don't know if that's healthy or not, but it's healthy for me up here.
Yeah, I think it's good for a lot of people that might be listening to this to hear, because I think a lot of people just think, oh yeah, I'm just going to show up and kick butt that day. No. And like listen to somebody that's been there, that just got on the podium at Europeans. Like you've got to prep and you've got to take it seriously, and especially if you're at one of these kind of lighter weight divisions where you do need to manage your weight, that you have to practice that part too, and it's not fun. Like nobody likes doing this. You're like, yeah, I got to skip my favorite foods for 6 weeks, right?
Or Epsom salt bath for an hour each night or whatever. But during those Epsom salt baths, I'm doing film study.
Yeah.
Right. I'm studying people in my bracket.
Right.
That's another thing. Like I used to like be nervous to look at the brackets when they came out. Like, oh, I'm just gonna focus on my game. Well, that's egotistical, right? The smart thing to do is you size up the opponents. You see like what their strengths are. You see where their weaknesses are. Hey, I can pass to this side on this guy. I know he likes to play lasso here, so I'm not going to feed into that.
Right.
Especially at the black belt level, you have to do that. I learned that a few years back from my friend Yamaso. Right. So Yamaso, shout out to Yamaso. I picked up a lot of details from him on mental training and stuff like that. And it's like, it's not, you have to take the emotion out of it, right?
Yeah.
Because some people call jiu-jitsu a fight. For me, it's not. It's a game, right? And I'm playing a game, and my goal isn't to just go smash everybody. My goal is to win the match, right? So whether I win the match by an advantage or a sweep or a submission, I really don't care, right? Like, I'm not gonna, in a few years' time, I'm not gonna look back at how the matches played out at Europeans. I'm just gonna look back that I lost in the semis and missed that opportunity, right? So, like, don't get me wrong, I'm very happy that I made a podium at a major. I've been trying for a decade, right? Since 2009. So I've been trying for a long time, and I'm very proud of that and happy that I could do that. But I went there to win that tournament.
Yeah.
So
yeah.